You have to say hi to the camera.
Hello. We stayed in touch, and on both sides of the gun he came in and played guitar on a song called Please Don't Talk About Murder While I'm Eating.
Yeah.
And that went down great, and then after that session he explained to me two guys he was playing with, a bassist and a drummer, Jordan Richardson and Jesse Ingalls. And by his passionate description of these two musicians, I asked him if he'd invite them back to the studio the next day, because it sounded like they might work on a song that I had written. And they came in the next day, and I showed them the song. It's a very long, kind of a complicated song.
Yeah.
And they picked it up right away, and we went into the studio and recorded it in one take. And I knew from that song, the song's called Serve Your Soul. It's the last song on both sides of the gun. And I knew from the way that Serve Your Soul came to life that there was a chemistry with the four of us that I had to get to at some point, and finally found the time to get in a studio with them, and what came out of it is a band and a record. Yeah, I was gonna focus on getting back together with them, but you never know.
Yeah.
I didn't know how real that chemistry was.
Yeah.
I knew how real it felt, but I didn't know what it could translate or turn into. So we toured both sides of the gun with the Innocent Criminals, and in touring both sides of the gun, Lifeline was written, and then we recorded Lifeline here in Paris. So I was actually going to work. I was looking to work with what has now become R7 after both sides of the gun, but Lifeline happened.
Yeah.
So then I definitely wanted to see that all the way through. And then we got back in the studio, and I didn't know, when I got into the studio with Relentless7, I had no sight set on making a record or starting a band. I just needed to see what that meant, what it was.
Yeah.
And it defined itself very clearly. Yeah, every situation you work in is going to be different creatively, for sure.
Yeah.
And so this one is unique in its own way, and it's a different dialogue and a different way of bringing songs to life. Completely different. It's about rock music. It's about raw, honest, stripped down, four-piece rock.
Is that something that you could not do with the Innocent Criminal, and that's why you had to change the musician to allow yourself to do that kind of track?
No, that's not so much the reason, because I think people who have seen the Innocent Criminals, past and present, know that the Innocent Criminals could rock as hard as anybody.
Yeah.
This is just it's a different dynamic. It's a different. It's connected to what I've done, but it's also an arrival at somewhere completely different.
Yeah.
And somewhere I needed to go, somewhere I've been trying to get to for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
White light, dark times, and I don't need your crutch.
like your experience with the Blind Boys, like just one or two records with them, and
No,
that's it?
this is not a side project or
Okay.
an experiment. This is a fully formed band that is going to be rocking incredibly hard for a long time.
Shimmer and shine, we leave it all behind. I shimmer and shine when you tell me that you're mine. Shimmer and shine, shimmer and shine.
I think maybe Up to You Now, but you know, it's people who have seen me play live for the last however many years. This record's not going to surprise them, I don't think, because you know, we've been bringing it full force for a long time.
Yeah.
I think people who have only heard my records, this record may catch them a little bit off guard.
Yeah.
Maybe parts of it, but I think anybody who's been to a live show will recognize this music. Lay There and Hate Me was written by bass player Jesse Ingalls and myself, and then also with Jason and Jordan drums and guitar. Jason on guitar, Jordan on drums, and even just the bass line alone is a hook.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't stop singing that bass line every day. And so it was an exciting hook of a bass line to be able to build around and put lyrics to.
Mm-hmm.
Was the four of us, we all wrote that together, just in a room, making noise, getting rowdy, getting basically as rowdy as we could in that moment, and shaking it up. I'm shaking a tambourine and some maracas, and it just it was a captured moment on tape.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really fun to play live. That song truly jumps off live.
So I thank you very much for your time and
For
your
you.
kindness.
Well, thank you.
Bye.